Hey, what up, universe? Welcome to social distancing day. Looking at my calendar, 11, I think, maybe 12. Seems like the whole world is trying to figure out a new way of existing and interacting through things like video conference, live streams. It's just changed the way we do business and interact with one another fundamentally inside of less than 24 hours in some cases. I was reflecting on this just the other day when I wrote my latest blog post about how this event has essentially split history. We will never be the same again. We will look back at this as a moment in time that changed everything. And it'll be on par with the way we look at 9/11, the collapse of the Berlin Wall, Pearl Harbor. It's really too early to tell. But the other thing that I've been reflecting on since I posted that is the way in which we as human society look at and live through these kinds of events. My own reaction is telling in that when things first started to go off the rails, I felt like we were all overreacting. I mentioned again in that blog post that my wife wanted me to go out and shop right away, but I felt like, you know what, it's not going to be that bad. What I learned, of course, is it's not about how I react so much as it is about how everybody else around me is going to react. And so people were panic buying everything from canned goods to toilet paper and hoarding items that to the point where there's no logical need for this. And then the politicians got involved. Now, they've been involved right from the start, don't get me wrong, telling us that this was coming. But once it hit and we started getting daily briefings from the Prime Minister and daily briefings from the heads of Centers for Disease Control and the World Health Organization and Health Canada and all of those places, that's when it really started to get real for a lot of people. But we still have, to this day, people who aren't listening. And I think what we're dealing with there is a massive disconnect between personal freedom and personal understanding and what we're willing to see versus science and listening to the experts in any given area. Our education system is built on questions. Questioning authority, questioning what you've been told, questioning what you assume. But sooner or later you've got to stop and accept what you're being told, or people die. This past weekend, we were just still starting to get used to this whole idea of social distancing. My father, who is a rural church pastor in southern Ontario, posted his sermon online for, I don't know if it's the first time, but it's the first time I've ever had a chance to see it. And he's 80 years old, still preaching 3 Sundays a month. Old pastors never retire, apparently. But one of the things that he was talking about really resonated with me and with a lot of people who heard it. And it was this idea of collective cultural blindness. So I'm going to give the old man the last word here. It's just a little clip of a much longer sermon, but I think this is really where he hits the nail on the head.
You may have seen, as I did, people still gathering in shopping squares in New York City, or heard the frustration of our leaders over the fact that people were not taking the warnings and advice seriously. From beaches in Florida and South Carolina, that attests to the very fact that no one is as blind as the one who doesn't want to see.
No one is as blind as the one who doesn't want to see. The old man still knows how to preach. I'm going to leave it there. I don't have anything more to say today. Open your eyes, because no one is as blind as the one who doesn't want to see.